welcome to the Content Playbook, the podcast where we dive deep into the world of content creation. I'm your host, Riso2, and on today's episode, we're going to explore the fascinating process of creating interactive movie content. We'll cover the essentials of developing these innovative films, including storytelling techniques, technology requirements, and some tips for inspiring creators. All right, understanding interactive movies. Interactive movies are a hybrid of traditional films and video games, where viewers make choices that influence the narrative, directive, and outcomes. This engaging format demands a unique approach to content creation, combining cinematic storytelling with game design principles. Crafting the story. At the heart of any interactive movie is a compelling story with multiple pathways. Here's how to get started. Number one, branching narratives. Write a script that incorporates passion, direct decision points, create a tree of possible scenarios. Each choice should feel meaningful and affecting the storyline in significant ways. Number two, character development. Ensure characters are well developed with clear motivations that make the viewer's choices impactful. Each branch should reflect the character's evolution based on the decisions they made. Number three, engaging choices. Choices should be frequent and consequential. Avoid trivial decisions. Instead, focus on ones that change the direction of the story or the fate of the characters. This keeps the audience engaged and invested in the outcome. Technology and tools. The technical side of creating interactive movies is as crucial as the storytelling. Here are some key technologies and tools. Number one, interactive platforms. Platforms like Netflix, with its interactive specials, or standalone apps designed for interactive storytelling, are essential. Choose a platform that supports your project's technical needs. Number two, software branching logic. Programs like Unity or Unreal Engine are excellent for managing complex branching and logic, integrating interactive elements seamlessly into the film. Number three, responsive user interfaces. Develop intuitive interfaces that allow viewers to make choices easily. The interface should not distract from the narrative, but enhance the experience. Now, production tips. Producing an interactive movie involves some unique challenges. Here are a few tips to navigate the process. Number one, plan extensively. Given the complexity, thorough pre-production planning is crucial. Storyboarding every possible branch and outcome helps visualize the entire narrative structure. Number two, flexible filming. Shoot scenes with multiple outcomes in mind. This means filming various scenarios and reactions that account for the different choices viewers can make. Number three, testing. User testing is vital. Test your movie with real users to ensure the choices are intuitive and that the branching works as intended. The feedback is invaluable for refining the interactive experience. Moving on, examples of interactive content creation. For this, we'll be going to our guest who's doing interactive movies as we speak. So please stay tuned and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the Content Playbook. We're going to have our special guest here with us right now. Content is amazing creation for people, lots of journeys, challenges, and successes. If you'd like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your creative field.
I'm Rajon McCall. I am the sole proprietor of Royalty Entertainment. I go by the business name of King McCall.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for being on the show. Appreciate you coming through. So let's talk about some of the challenges you've had, your challenges and rewards when starting off for your journey.
Well, my first challenge was actually having a studio to work in. Either I didn't have the money, but I had all the time, and then I had all the money, then I had no time at all, or the studios had no time for me. So eventually I was like, you know what, I'm just going to build my own studio. And that was my first challenge that I hurdled over in order to make the content that I wanted.
Okay. What about the rewards for that?
Yours is like I got 24/7 access to making whatever I want, when I want, how I want. No rules applied.
Oh, that's good. So, did you any other challenges you faced with other than after that, or has it all been smooth sailing for?
Well, it's always gonna be a challenge, whatever I want to do, like, or whatever you want to do. Like, just because you build a studio doesn't mean that you have all the resources that you need to make whatever content that you want to make and such. In terms of, I like making cartoons. I had no animation experience at all. Matter of fact, I had to actually just figure out how to do something, learn about a bunch of programs and how easy it was, or how hard it was to work with. Which ones like was simple enough to do simple animations, complex animations, all those things. And the rewards was doing jobs that got me paid a lot of money just to have like a 2-minute song recorded, animated, and put on the film.
Wow, that's pretty big. Yeah. That's a lot of money just for a 2-minute cartoon.
Just for a 2-minute cartoon.
That's really incredible. So, for people who want to do what you do, or get into that sort of field, what advice would you give for people trying to do that?
Build a foundation, like period. If you want to be a content creator or a media producer, things like that, you have to have a foundation. If you don't have a foundation, you are always going to fall on your face. You are always going to get to a point where you can't get up from wherever you fell from. And that's just a lot of work that you have put in just to see it all fall apart. Trust me, there's a lot of projects that I have not finished or not continue from and all that. But because I have the foundation, I can always come back to 1, 2, 3, or 4 of them. It took me 2 attempts to have my podcast run. And who knows how many attempts to have cartoons. So there's things like that.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't tell you how many albums I wanted to record. I did record 3 mixtapes, and I did release my own beat tape to iTunes, but recording my official albums I wanted to record, I never got to see that to fruition.
Wow. So you still have stuff sitting on the shelf that you want to do you still want to go back to those and finish them? Of
course. They were all live recorded instrumentals. I paid people to play guitars, the harp, the strings, trumpets, drums, sing for me, all types of things. I would love to have, the world hear it. I want them to hear it like how I had it imagined.
Mm.
Just releasing singles back and forth, that does not get you where you want to be.
I definitely can understand. That's great advice. So what about for the future? What kind of plans are you doing anything now or anything set up later that you're involved in or want to be involved in?
Yeah, so right now I have a talk show that's going to be on TV end of this year. It's going to be the 4th season of my podcast. So my podcast is now transitioning from podcasting to actual TV talk show production. And so I'm very excited about that to be released this winter. I'm still trying to finish up my 7th season of my interactive movie streams. Okay. And right now that's about it because like getting on TV is a new ballpark for me, like official TV. I am on TV with church productions and all that, but my own production having to be uploaded in several different channels around the city, whole different ballpark.
So you definitely have a lot of work coming ahead of you for that one.
Yeah.
You said it comes this December. So when do you start work actually going into the studio recording and everything?
So I'm going to start filming late September. As soon as the fall starts, that's when I'm going to start filming.
Okay. So how many episodes there?
24.
24 episodes?
24 episodes. 3 of them are going to be completely live, but the other 21 are going to be completely recorded.
Oh, wow. So that's going to be a lot of work.
Yes, a lot of work.
So, congratulations on that.
Thank you. Now I get the simulcasting together because, again, there's going to be several different channels around the city. Still trying to get Kentucky access as well.
Okay. Do you have any idea what channels it's going to be, or is it hush-hush right now? Or
well, they're going to be, I can't say specifically the exact channel number, but I can tell you that they will be on Waycross Media, ICRC, Cincinnati Community Television, and I'm working on, I forgot the actual name, but it's TBNK. That's the Northern Kentucky NKU channel location.
Wow. So, you're going to be all over the tri-state area.
Yeah, that's all I'm working on, the tri-state area right now.
So that's what's so hopefully it'll be bigger and expand out. I know that's always the hope because anytime, because podcaster myself trying to just get my name out there and doing anything with the podcast and trying to make sure you get the right information and everything. So definitely congratulations.
It's a lot. It don't seem like it's a lot, but it is.
It definitely is, because it's about coming up with good topics, making sure your audience is engaged, making sure that you're posting it at the right time of day so people can engage and see it. Because that was my struggle with my previous podcast. It's like, when do I put this out? What time of day? When's the most traffic? So I had to learn those trends. So
sometimes you just gotta set up your own traffic and set up your own time of days. My podcast, I streamed it during primetime hours at night. We did go from 7 o'clock p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 8 o'clock is primetime hours, period. Complete primetime hours. If nobody's watching your show at 8 p.m., nobody's watching your show at 8 p.m. 7 o'clock, you get lucky because people are just getting home. They just started cooking dinner and things like that. So, of course, you're going to turn on anything that's interesting. But 8 o'clock is like, no, Dancing with the Stars is on. I don't know, like some reality TV show is on. The news is on. Saturday Night Live. Like,
just depends on what day it is, and what you always have something prime time on at between 7 and 10. You have something
7 and 10. All the good stuff is on at 8 or 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock is usually the news.
Right.
So you need to catch their attention by 8 o'clock at least. 7.
Yeah, that's more good advice right there.
Yeah.
So before we go, once again, appreciate you coming on the show. Just tell people where they can find you.
YouTube, Royalty Entertainment. You'll see like a giant cross that has a crown that spells Royal. That's the best I can say right now. YouTube and Twitch, twitch.tv/The Royalty Entertainment.
Okay.
Every Sunday, interactive movie streams. Right now, we're on hiatus with the podcast because, again, pre-recording for TV.
Okay, that's very good. We'll make sure we put the links down below so people can follow you. Once again, thank you for being on the show. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to the Content Playbook podcast. Thanks again to our guests for stopping by, and links to them are in the description below. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe to us on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcast, and leave us a review. Until next time, keep creating and stay inspired.